The homecoming of WNBA superstar Brittney Griner. Have you heard? She's landed in San Antonio this morning, very early this morning, after a prisoner exchange for a Russian arms dealer. Griner was detained in February at a Moscow airport for having cannabis oil cartridges in her luggage. There was residue in those cartridges that's been described as less than the size of a raisin. The two-time Olympic gold medalist was playing basketball in Russia during the WNBA offseason. Other players went online to share their joy that Griner, BG is what they call her, is free. Her teammate, Brianna Turner, told us she's been pushing to keep Griner's name in the headlines and had just tweeted about her.
I think about BG daily, and I oftentimes tweet about her. And I mean, I was tweeting about her last night. Probably the deal had already went through, and I woke up this morning and it's like my dreams came true.
Wow. A lot of people's dreams came true yesterday. Brianna, joining us now is the WNBA Commissioner. That's Cathy Engelbert. Cathy, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us today.
Gayle, great to be here. Great day yesterday with the news on Brittney's return. So thanks so much for having me on.
I'm with Brianna. Sherelle told us that she just can't stop smiling, that her face hurts so much from smiling. I feel exactly the same, and I don't even know Brittney Griner, so I can't imagine what it's like for you guys in the WNBA family. So take us to the moment where you heard. Where were you? What did you do? What did you think?
Well, for a couple days, we knew that the negotiations were intensifying. And quite frankly, the State Department and the administration have been working on this for months and months. And so it's, as you know, Gayle, very geopolitically complex. And so in the last couple of days, we knew it was intensifying, but you don't know whether this is going to happen until it actually gets executed. And we knew there was no path legally or diplomatically, and we knew this prisoner exchange was the only option for many, many months. So the joy and gratitude that you heard from WNBA players who have advocated, and the whole basketball ecosystem has advocated for Brittney, including NBA players since this began, and just the joy and gratitude yesterday. And, you know, presidents get elected to make hard decisions, and the administration came through, and the State Department and this group in the State Department called the Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs. They're the rock stars in this as well. They work tirelessly, and they would tell me we're all Brittney all the time, full court press, every basketball analogy, but they really worked hard on getting her home.
You know what, Cathy? I think there's a lot of rock stars in this scenario. I can't wait till we hear the full details of how it all came together. It's been reported that that you wrote letters to Brittney Griner while she was in prison. What did she tell you? What did you all communicate with each other during that time?
Right, because we couldn't do phone calls. Her family couldn't do phone calls. As a mom, I can't imagine the anguish her mom and dad and the pain they went through, and now being able to reunite with her and Sherelle as well. But she hand wrote me a letter, because when she was in the detention center near Moscow, she was able to write handwritten letters, give them to her lawyers who got them to us. So we wrote her about every 6 weeks because we were in season. The players were missing her so much. The players were writing her inspiring letter back, short letter, but inspiring, around her gratitude for everything she knew we were doing and I was doing. And she really wanted to get home. So obviously, you know, yesterday was a great day to hear this news.
Yep.
Commissioner, I've been talking with other professional athletes, and the topic of conversation is her playing again, which is going to take, you know, something physical out of her to get back into shape. But I said, whoa, before we start talking about her playing, what is she going to do when it comes to preparing her mentally? Because she went through a lot over the last year. What is the WNBA, going to do to help her find some normalcy?
Absolutely. So first, she needs time and space, spend time with family, being evaluated, obviously, for her physical and mental well-being, and that's happening over the next day or so. And then, obviously, we have mental health resources available from a league perspective, from her team perspective. She had played for Phoenix Mercury. And so all of that is available to her, but we want to give her time and space. We all want to go fly to her. We all want to go talk with her. The players are very anxious to reconnect, especially the players on our team and USA Basketball as well. So we'll give her time and space, and we'll be there for her, whatever she needs from a mental perspective. But you're right, mental, emotional, and physical are things that, you know, that recovery is going to take a while, I am sure.
Yeah, we can all agree with that, Cathy. In addition to time and space, you know, WNBA players, they need money. And part of the reason why Brittney Griner was playing in Russia in the offseason is because she's trying to supplement her salary here in America. And it raises the larger question of how you and the league can make sure that the women playing for you are making the living they need so they don't need to be in what turned out to be a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, so we are in a full-out, when I came in as commissioner, full-out transformation of the league economics, trying to build an economic model. But when less than 1% of all corporate sponsorship dollars go towards women's sports and less than 5% of all media coverage covers women's sports, yet 40% of the athletes in America are women. So we're trying to chip away at an economic model. So in the last collective bargaining, we tripled the top player pay, in which Brittney's one of the greatest players ever to play the game. So she was making the Supermax, as well as you can make now up to $700,000 for your 4.5-month season here. But we're literally transforming, and players are also choosing to stay home. We have 10 players under player marketing agreements where we'll pay those players $1.5 million over the course of the offseason. We also have players who are doing broadcasts, like a Candace Parker and a Chinea Gumake, and we also have Skylar Diggins out in Phoenix and Kia Nurse up in Toronto doing broadcasts in our offseason when it's the season for the NBA, as well as college basketball. A lot of our players are now assistant coaches and things. So we're finding opportunities, internships, other things to make sure that the players can make some money in the offseason in addition to driving higher pay during our season.
Yeah, so more work to be done there, Cathy. But we can all focus on the good news today. Brittney Griner stepped back on American soil just a few hours ago. Cathy, thank you very much for sharing some time with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.